Hey guys, welcome back to ShadowLegends. In today's video, you might notice we're looking a bit in the in the dungeon at the moment. I am away on a 2-week camping trip. Brought the Starlink, and the Starlink is actually working. So we're going to continue making content while we're away because we're on the grind trying to get set up for this Leo Fusion. Now, the intention was to record this stuff out of the back of my 4-wheel drive with the cool landscapes behind us and stuff like that. But today the wind is absolutely insane, so I had to come into the tent, and that's why it looks like we're in a bloody dungeon at the moment. But sorry if the audio quality is down a little bit. This is my travel gear using my laptop and stuff like that. So I'm going to do the best I can to keep content coming for you guys because I am absolutely loving this grind on this account. And I think this has honestly been my best free-to-play progression for a month into account. Now, I couldn't record yesterday because we got to the campsite super damn late. We had to basically just set up and go to bed. But we are on day 31 of play, day 32 of logins on this account. And I'll give you guys an update on where we're at because, like I said, I feel like this is probably the best account progression that I've had. Now, obviously, I did have a 27-day Arbiter account, but when you do that, you're basically just wasting a bunch of gems to get Arbiter fast. You're essentially wasting them on arena refreshes, you're wasting them on unlocking the dungeons, you're wasting on them on Demon Lord keys and stuff like that. So what we have at the moment is in the missions. I haven't done this yet, but it is the day. It is Void Day, so we're going to go ahead and complete those as the next thing that I do on this account. We're going to complete those 10 voids that we have to do. Then we've got to ascend one to level 6, which will be my Madam Serris. She'll be done. And then we're pretty much good to cruise through this. We're going to have to slow grind over a couple days, the 200 arena wins. And then the rest is easy, smooth sailing because we can do the rest of this, which is just absolutely fantastic. So I reckon by about, it just depends how long it takes us to get those arena wins organically. I'm probably thinking 3 or 4 days because I'm not going to waste gems, like I said, because the whole intention of this account is that we have saved every summon along the way. I don't know if my head's blocking it, but we got 6 sacreds, we got 1 primal with almost 2 more to collect, so pretty much 3 primals, 22 voids, and 84 ancients. We have not done a single summon. The only summon we did on this account was on a prism shard, which got us the Geomancer, which is absolutely insane, who I'm slow grinding up at the moment. Now, this account, obviously, we made it to be catered towards Michelangelo as the star. We took Tagoar as the beginner code, which meant the first 7 days was super painful, but it's a massive payoff later on. I think if you're a new player and you want to like easier playthrough, then Fallen Failbeat's probably the play because he just makes things a lot cruisier for the first week and doesn't drive you crazy. But slow farming with Tagoar got us there. Then we got the download link, which gives us the Vergis, the Anax, Deacon, and Tagoar, all fantastic champions. Now, we have barely used Tagoar on this account. You can see he's not even skilled up. That's because the rest of these units has basically carried us through everything else that we need to get through. And I did have another code, another download link, the same as this, but which you can get from my Discord as well, which had a Lenaril instead of Anax, and the idea was then we had a burner to spread for spiders and stuff like that. But really, I preferred the Anax because the Anax allowed us to get to Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss 4 key in 27 days, which is absolutely insane progression. Those videos are all up on the channel. And that's why I think this has honestly been my best progression because, one, we haven't wasted any gems, and it's the quickest we've got to Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Now, we've done about 5 or 6, I want to say, clearances of Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, and we are still yet to get a Sacred Shard from it, which kind of sucks, but, you know, it's going to come. You want to be doing Ultra Nightmare. The dream now is to get to... You can see we got, where are we, 4 keys there for 92. We were just short because it was Force. And we did do a 5 key on the day that it turned to Magic Affinity. We still managed to 5 key it because we save a key from like ages ago. So we managed to get that in as well. But the key thing is to get this down to like a 3 key and hopefully a 2 key eventually. And then get Nightmare on maybe 1 to 2 keys. So... my Nightmare, I got about 37 million last time I tested it. So we are very close to 1 keying Nightmare. At this point now, I'm going to just lean into that Geomancer, build him to get myself through it because that's just an easy way for me to gap the distance. But like I said, I feel like this download link plus using Tagoar as the code and then having access to Mikey is absolutely huge. On top of that, we're able to do the first 2 difficulties of Chimera. We were able to max out the normal chest on Hydra. We even didn't have trouble with spiders. The spider videos on the channel as well, where we managed to get through stage 20 of spiders without even using a burner, because Mikey is just that damn strong. You put him on a lifesteal set, someone will get low, but then he'll taunt away, and then it's just GG's. He just takes the aggro while the others recover. And it's a slow run, but it's a reliable run. And so that is absolutely fantastic. We've managed to get on the Iron Twins. I'm going to try and push up to 12 today on this one. But we have managed to clear level 9 on Iron Twins on every difficulty, including Magic, which is really big for our account at this stage, which I absolutely love. Doom Tower, I've got to push it today, but we did up to level 10 of hard mode. Now we're just cruising through Doom Tower. This rotation is actually a really easy rotation, so I'm not minding it. Against the Frost Spider, we did have to use Armature the first time. Now I'll probably lean into that Geomancer that we did pull. But yeah, you can get through it with Armature even without a burner. But like I said, most people will be doing summons on their account, so you would be getting something. But I am saving for that hopefully Leo's Path event to try and get Leo. Now I know I'm going to have no chance at getting his soul, but if I can get Leo himself, hey, I'll get souls eventually through the souls. Now, the souls are the one thing that we've actually struggled with on this account. You can see we're doing pretty decent with our gear. I've lent right into the Relentless gear. I've even got it on my Vergis, and that has improved my scores again because, you know, he's the defensive buffer, and he's also really tanky. So if he takes an extra turn to strip his buffs, it doesn't really matter, but it's the fact that he can get the buffs up on the allies faster. And when our 2 defensive buffers are on that set, it means it's more likely that my squishies, being Anax, Deacon, and Mikey, and Deacon and Anax are only squishy due to just not having great gear. That's pretty much where I'm at. Also, you know, lower base stats, especially on Anax. But, you know, helping them survive has really helped my Demon Lord scores. So I'm really wrapped with that as well. And then obviously we did Tagoar because he's just an amazing damn unit. And then we've also got her, who we did as our Force Champion, just a 6-star for the Arbiter missions. Would have done Geo if we had him before that, but we didn't. And then obviously Serris for that. I haven't really used these 3. Like, Tagoar was good in the early game because you can use him to cheese through a lot of things, like, you know, the elemental dungeons. Maybe Spirit Dungeon, you need to bring a heal blocker who's a 3-star who you just put some accuracy on. And so Tagoar can get to that final wave and then revive them so you can put the heal block on. Things like that, that Tagoar is just so clutch for. And I will skill him up. I was about to skill him up, but then we pulled the Geomancer. So I'm going to skill up that Geomancer next. Instead, I've also been slow grinding on Geomancer's masteries as well. We are into the red masteries. So, you know, we're what, you need 550? So we're about 480 away from getting him maxed on his masteries. Then we just got to work on building up a bit more food, and then we can go ahead and get this guy to 6-star, which will help tremendously. So that's kind of like my next focus. We do have tournaments going on, and I've been trying to focus on them. This is literally just started, and I'm probably going to pivot and farm some of this Sand Devil. Now, I've got to see how I go with this one, because Sand Devil I'm really weak at, and so if I think I'm not getting enough points to like do this in a reasonable amount of energy, then I'll skip it. But, you know, getting all these things along the way for Sand Devil, I love those tournaments to get that, because, you know, souls are a big thing. And once again, we're expecting to have the Leo's Path. I'm expecting that to be, you know, using shards, and then maybe throw on a champ training or a dungeon divers, and then I'm expecting the Raphael one, which will be a deck of fate that was leaked. Like, we're not 100% confirmed on these things, but I'm expecting that to be souls, and I don't think I'm going to get enough souls to do it. But if it's combined with like a champ training and I save my energy as well, then maybe I could try and squeeze in one of those through the event. So I'm essentially just in the save absolutely everything mode and see how we go. So I'm probably going to go for that that tournament after I do my Arbiter mission for Void. That's kind of where I'm looking, and that's what I'm going to stick to if I can get that, because any amount of souls that I can get is going to be fantastic. Now we also have this this Tag Arena one, who I've still got some attacks, so I'm going to try and rush through these and get them, because if I can finish in P1 and get 6 pieces, be good. But even if I finish P2, it's still quite nice getting those extra Relentless, because like I said, I'm leaning heavily into the Relentless at the moment, but I only get 30 points per win, so I'm probably not going to gap the guy on one. But you know, it's nice to get any amount of that gear as I can. But really focusing in on the Sand Devil tournaments and the just anything that gives you souls is going to be absolutely fantastic for my progression. Now, besides that, it's just general grinding, looking for tournaments that I want to spend my energy on. If I'm not spending energy on tournaments, I'm spending them on leveling up fodder so that I can get this and doing Minotaur, so I can level up this Geomancer and get him to 6-star as soon as possible to start helping my scores. Now, I know he's not free, but I feel like we proved with this account after a month the kind of things you can do. Now, I want to finish off the video by looking at the builds. Mikey's on Relentless. He does also have a lifesteal build that we use. We've just got the Hunter on Relentless. I really would like her to have a bit faster, but I'm just loving the Relentless with her in the clan boss at the moment. It's RNG, but you know, it just gives me better overall scores than what I otherwise could get. Anax, he's on a bit of a broken build, just looking for some accuracy, some speed, and some tankiness. We ended up shifting him over onto HP percent here and defense percent there on the broken set, because Feral gives you the one-piece bonus. It's nice. The thing I'm really struggling with is my accessories. I bought more accessories from the clan shop and got none on the factions I needed, so accessories are just a nightmare to me. And you know, we'll get that distance in a minute. We do have Vergis over here once again on the Relentless. I slowed him down to be slower than Mikey because I wanted Mikey moving before him, ideally, so that's what we changed there and put him on Relentless to cover it. Deacon, just trying to get him as fast as possible really for Arena, because real-time Arena is something you still want to push. I'll go ahead and show you guys that. And there are, like I said, the only units that we've pretty much used for the entire game's playthrough, and they've been absolutely fantastic. From that download link combined with Mikey, combined with Tahanurak, it's just honestly insane the progression you can get. Now, RTA, once again, is a very important thing. I've only done 3 attacks today because we've been traveling, spent about 8 hours driving today, so tonight I'll try and get this done once it's back active, or in the morning, probably in the morning because I'll probably go to bed, and hopefully get my chest, because I've been aiming to get that chest every day. We've already gotten one of these ones. You can see we're at 75 of 150, so I get that one again in another couple days. That's going to be really nice. That's going to get us our next primal shard, which is going to be really great. So that will put us at 3 primal shards and, you know, pretty well on our way to getting a 4th one. So just trying to save up everything I can. Ideally, the primals I won't want to use for an event for Leo or anything like that. Oops, I hit the wrong button on my mouse. But, you know, I will use absolutely everything if I have to get myself to a Leo if it's possible for me. So that's kind of everything that is an update on the account for 1 month in. Like I said, wrapped with the progress, managing to get through level 20 of most of the dungeons. I still just got to jump in and do Fire Night. I'll let you guys know if that does work. I'm pretty sure it will, because just 5 units, only 5 units built to get through absolutely everything in the game, in the early game, Arbiter missions, and also Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Dude, I'm absolutely loving it. Plus doing Hydra, plus doing the Chimera. I'm just stoked. So hanging out for this extra hour and 35 minutes, see if we can get our first Sacred out of this bad boy. But yeah, that is the update for the account. Once again, I will be away for the next 2 weeks, but I'll try and get you guys some better scenery on the next videos, better than the dingy dungeon tent, because it's nighttime. And yeah, we've had 2 one night stayovers. So last night we did a 1 night. We got there in the dark, set up in the dark, and then basically woke up straight away. It was raining, packed up, got on the road, drove another 8 hours, and then we got here. We've had a couple of hours, you know, we got here about 4 o'clock, so we still had some lights set up, you know, cook some dinner and stuff like that. Then we're going to get up, leave to get to the next place, and that's where we're going to stay for about 5 days. So hopefully I'll have a nice setup where I can record during the day a little bit and get you guys some decent scenery out here in Australia. So that is where we're at, guys. That is the account after 1 month. Let me know any other things you would like to see. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.